Hey y'all, welcome back to IteariTV. My name is Iteri. Today it is so gloomy. I hate this time of year. I need to do a whole video series on seasonal depression because I cannot stand this time of year. It's dreary, it's cold, it's wet, it's rainy, it's all the things in North Carolina today. But I wanted to make this video about some lessons that I've learned, YouTube lessons and like crafty related lessons kind of all in one. Really, I want to talk about some lessons that I've learned while trying to build this particular YouTube channel based on crafting and planning. Because there's like specific lessons I think that I've learned on this channel that I would not have ever really thought about on Praise Shop Cruise, because the content that I was filming on Praise Shop Cruise is being filmed completely differently. So I don't really have the same sort of challenges that I was having over there. And I've only been really focusing this channel on crafting and planning and journaling and scrapbooking and all those crafty things. I've only been focusing IteariTV on these things for about 7 months now at the probably time of the posting of this video. So, but I've learned some things. And before the list starts getting too long, I want to talk about what I've learned so far. And the first thing, I have myself some notes here. The first thing is around filming this type of content. So I want to talk about the overhead camera setup. So you can kind of see here, if I bring you here, this is one of my overhead cameras. Okay. And I'm sitting beside my main desk where I film a lot of the like unboxing and opening and hauls, because you have the window as your backlight and it brings the light onto the camera and it can make it brighter. When we're in the brighter times of year, it's a lot easier to do your filming sort of any time of the day because you have light for so much longer. So you can wait till after work to film. You know, if you work from home, you don't have to try to do it during lunch or whatever. But during days like this, it's like you need extra lighting on top of the regular natural light. That's one of the overhead cameras that I purchased from Amazon. I had the hardest time in the beginning trying to figure out how folks were showing things overhead. Like something about it didn't click to me in my mind. Because in Praise Shop Cruise, I'm just vlogging, like, I'm like, hey, y'all, da, 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 da. Then I'm showing like other stuff around me and it's easy. It's just like a natural thing, like how you would naturally use your phone. But when I saw people's videos and all I saw were their hands, I was like, how are they doing that? And it took me a minute to realize that a lot of the other small camera stands, I don't have one near me. It actually had a way to do the overhead shooting. This is a Damask Love camera stand that I purchased from Ollie's. This one clips to the side of your desk and it has a light on it and it plugs in. It clips to the side of your desk and then your phone goes here and then the light overhead comes overhead. So I've used this a lot for some shorts. And you can see that this bends over. So you can do some overhead shooting where your stuff is below. But also like even smaller cameras, cheaper cameras from Ollie's, you can get these at Ollie's too for like $3.99. They have the ring light here, the stand, and then like you can move this adjustment. The camera stand I'm using right now for this particular, where my other phone is on, this camera stand I'm using right now, it's more traditional and where it has the circle in the middle where the circle comes down and like you can flip the phone down and look overhead. And all that didn't click to me until I needed to start using my phone that way. Like I always had these abilities on these different camera stands, but I never had a reason to really use them. I've got camera stands all over the house now because I never know when I'm going to feel like filming, when it hits me, where the lighting is, what my mood is. I like changing up how I film things sometimes just to keep it interesting for me. But that overhead camera thing, that was something I really had to learn how to do. I try to make myself notes and organize before and after recording. So I'm reading from a list of notes that I've pre-made myself. Even when I'm unboxing things, sometimes I have like a little sticky note of things to remember to mention to y'all. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm just freeballing it. I'm just, just talking, right? And, but I noticed that it's really helpful to have some type of notes. Some people do create a script for themselves, like when they're doing videos like this, where they're just talking to you, they create a script. I think that's smart too, but I don't have the patience for all that. And I don't like talking from a script. I like just talking, but I like to be organized in what I'm talking about. With these particular hauls on this particular channel, organizing my items after I film has been critical. Instead of just leaving piles around the craft room, around the house and saying, oh, I'll get to it later. No, I need to immediately put those items up. I need to immediately store them. Where are they going to go? Are they going to stay in my craft room? Am I going to organize them, or am I going to take them to my storage? Like, I need to immediately make that decision and make that happen, or it becomes chaos in here. That's another thing I never had to think about with Praise Shop Cruise. As far as like lighting, getting back to the lighting. So the window light is my favorite light. The natural light is my favorite light. But I realize now why crafters and other artists are so big on finding like these Cricut lamps that we were finding at Ollie's, or any of these type of bright, beautiful lamps that you can find, because a really good lamp makes all the difference. Like some of my shorts, even though I have this just regular light on in my room, when I'm filming some of my shorts, they look sort of foggy, sort of like that yellow light. I don't like that. Some of my older shorts look like that. If I don't film my short by the window, it's not as bright and beautiful. But now with my new like Cricut lamp that I have, I'm going to be doing some different shorts with that lighting, and that will make all the difference. I've tried other like little lightings from my phone stands too. I've tried a lot of things with the shorts. Like I experiment with lighting with shorts. That's where I do a lot of my lighting experiment. That's another lesson I've learned. In a perfect world, I would have edited this video and put the lessons I've learned beside me. I don't have the time or patience for that. That's another thing, video editing. So there are a lot of powerful things that you can do with free video editors. It's just a matter of, do I want to take the time and the patience to do certain types of editing? Right now, the answer is no, because I work a full-time job and I have multiple other side hustles, not just this one. So I don't have the time and patience to sit and just really dig deep into editing a video. I think if you have the budget to pay for people on like Fiverr and other stuff to edit your videos, I think that's worth it if you reach a certain level and you want your content to look a certain way. Right now, it's just very much me, my personality, and whatever I can get out as quick as I can get it out. And a lot of the times I just don't have the patience to sit and do severe editing to my videos, but I do it when I need to. It's something I want to get into if I get more time, if the channel ever really grows and more eyes are on it, and I need to really focus in on maybe like truly branding and truly like getting into a deeper business with it all. But until it starts getting to the place where it makes money that would take me from like my regular job, I just can't put that time and effort into editing certain videos. But in a perfect world, I would have like my lessons learned right beside me scrolling, and I may still do that. I probably won't. I'm not in the mood. But you would have other things going on in the video other than me just talking, but it just depends on my mood with things. Journaling and planning, some lessons that I've learned. So you guys, if you've watched any of my other videos, you've heard me speak on how difficult it is for me to do planner spreads. I don't like any of my planner spreads. I'm still doing other journaling things and planner spreads on the side that I do not share on this channel. If I don't like something that I do, I'm not going to share it. Like I'm experimenting and putting stuff on paper and, doing things, playing around with my materials. And there's a lot of that you will not see. It's just for me. But I do like the tip of using wax paper. I've seen Planner Time with Michael do it, and I've seen other creators do it, where they have wax paper and they put their sticker layouts. They use the wax paper to kind of lay out their stickers before they put it on the planner. I think that's a wonderful tip, and that's something I may try in the beginning, but that is helpful. It's a tip I've learned from watching other creators for helping you with your spreads. I need to give myself more grace with the journal and planner layouts. I know that. But also another tip that I've learned that I like is doing my planner spreads way in advance. Like I like to have my month already stickered out. I see a lot of creators do like, watch me plan for, the week, and they'll sticker their whole week. I've seen some people do the month. I've even seen some creators do like the whole year, which I really love watching. Where they flip through how they have stickered their whole year. But for me, I like to at least have my month stickered in advance. I like to have if I want stickers in that particular planner, I like to have it already done before I get to that month. I don't like taking time in my week to sit and just like on Sunday nights. I can't do that. I just cannot do that. I'm doing so many other things. Like I need to do it all in one run, stick everything for that month. When that month comes, it's already ready to go. And I have to, when I'm doing sticker layouts for a planner, I have to really be in the mood to do it when I do it in advance. And so some of my months and my planners may be a little blank because I just wasn't in the mood to do it. So that stickering and layouts and all that, I'm learning that I need to do it in advance and I need to be in the mood or it's not going to get done. Other projects. So I'm not at the place where I feel comfortable crafting while I talk. I don't know how people do that. I don't know how. I watch a lot of people who can talk to you as they're crafting. Honey, no. I would be so messed up. Like even the small videos that haven't done as well on the channel where I've made like certain envelopes and things, like I was talking to you in between me doing it. So I would like talk to you, then go do it, show you what I was doing, come back and talk to you. Like I can't do it at the same time. My focus is not there. I'm not a good enough crafter to do that. I don't see how people are coordinated enough to do that. Y'all are fantastic that can do it. I cannot just craft and talk to you at the same time. That's not going to happen. I can't do layouts and talk to you at the same time. When I'm crafting, my full focus needs to be on what I'm doing. I cannot talk to you while I do it. Good glue. Excuse me, I hit my mic. Good glue is important. So I did finally, I had been telling y'all I needed to, did y'all see Livy in the background? My little lamp light. I don't have her on right now because I didn't want her glowing behind me. My little baby. This is Livy. She's my little squishy lamp light. I got her from Ollie's. She's my llama baby. I did buy this glue that Mary over at Plethora Paper had recommended, the Barely Art glue. I needed, before I bought this glue, I was using just random glues I had in the house, stick glues, little cheap glues and stuff. And then when I started trying to glue smaller things, I was like, okay, I need to get some craft glue with the nozzles, the different nozzles. It comes with different nozzles that pull out thin, what am I trying to say? Thin strips of glue. So if you need really thin strips of glue, you have that nozzle. So this is a necessity. At first I was like, I just use any type of glue, just glue whatever down that I need. And I'm like, I see why good glue is so important to crafters and why they take it so seriously. So that's another lesson that I've learned through just playing around and noticing that, yeah, glue does matter. Your glue matters. You get faster and you gain more confidence the more you craft and the more you record, the more you do any of this. So it's not just crafting anymore. It's creating an art. My chair was sinking down. It's creating an art form for people to watch now. So you're not just crafting, you're like having to put it in a medium where people want to watch you do it. And that in itself is a craft, is an art. And so as you do this more, you will gain more confidence. I was really hard on my first projects, but your first projects, if you're a beginner crafter like me, they're not bad. You think they're bad, but they're not bad. They're actually good. They were necessary for teaching you what you needed to learn. Y'all know how I feel about my very first planner spread I ever created. My cruise planner spread. It was so, I made a whole video speaking horribly on my own cruise planner spread, but I love it in hindsight. It'll be all right. Mics. So mics is another thing I've had to try out and test out. This is actually not my favorite mic, but I've been using my Android phone, my old Android phone, to do some recording, and I had to buy a special mic for that. And that's what I've been using. I miss doing all my recording on my main iPhone. I'm figuring out what kind of cameras I want to buy and use for certain things. And I have old phones that I can pull out and use. Like, the good thing, if you have your old phone, here's like a pro tip, even though I'm not a pro. If you have an old phone that's been sitting and you run out of memory on like your current phone, you can still use that phone to record and post as long as you have Wi-Fi. So that's something that I hope you think about if you come into memory issues like me, because I had a lot of old phones. I had a couple of old iPhones, old Androids, and they were not bad quality phones. We're just, years are going by. I had some iPhone 11s, and I was just using them to record as just regular cameras. And as long as you have Wi-Fi, you can post, right? So another pro tip, if you start running into memory issues on your main phone and you don't want to buy a camera, I do have some other options of things that I'm thinking about doing. I am going to eventually get an upgraded iPhone because it's time, but I'm on an iPhone, I think 13 right now, 13 Pro Max. And it's paid for, and I'm like, I'm going to use it till it just fall all the way apart. This phone that I'm recording this on is a Z Flip, and it was cute. I just got it because it flipped. I wanted to try it out at the time, and it's been doing beautifully with posting and recording and editing, and it's just been a lifesaver for this channel. So I would say, if you have old phones, don't throw them away, and don't trade them in all the time if it's a good phone. Like, I don't trade my phones in. I'm like, no, I'm keeping my phone because it's a camera and it's paid for. So just think about that when you're doing all the things. Unless you just really want the trade-in deal, then I'm not against that either. Anyway, I'm rambling. I just wanted to talk to you about some of the few lessons that I've learned on this creative YouTube journey for this craft channel. I have to do a lot of different things than I do on my Praise Shop Cruise, like shopping vlog channel. And I'm going to learn a lot more lessons this year. And so I'll probably have another video of part 2 of things that I've learned. Oh, I talked about this in another video, but another huge lesson is opening things before you get on camera, cutting off your tags, your tapes, like for paper pads and stuff. Just keep that in mind, especially as a new creator. Like, you don't even realize what that like right before you film, like when you want to show something like that, it's packaged. So like, I'm like hyper focused on packaging sometimes, depending on what I'm unboxing. But anyway, let me know what lessons you've learned as a new crafter or a new YouTuber. Let me know some tips and tricks that you use when recording. I didn't get into the video editing software I use or video editing tricks. I may do that for another video. But let me know if there's like some tips and tricks you would recommend. Some lighting tips and tricks. And, we'll just keep it going, keep having fun. I like doing videos where I can just talk to you guys. 1, because they're easier to edit and post. And 2, because I can just sit and be me and talk to you guys. So I'll see you real soon. Thanks again for your support. Bye.